I'm good. We're good.
Got it?
I'm going to scoot by this way.
There you go.
Okay, so this happens to be a very popular topic, sleeping. So, you know, it was really interesting. Dr. Kaysen and I did a lunch and learn for a company 2 weeks ago on sleep. There's over 100 people at the workshop because sleep is really interesting. You know, when I was doing research for this, research is showing that between 40 to 70% of adults have a sleep issue. Can you imagine 40 to 70% of us have some type of issue with sleep? So today we're going to give you some simple, easy things that you can do to help improve your sleep. And you know what's kind of cool is there's a variety of different things related to someone's health that could impact them. We're not going to talk about those things. I'm talking about the things that you can do on your own to make a difference for your sleep. Now, what's really kind of cool is when this is all done, you're going to say, yeah, I can do that. And that's what I want you to do is yeah, I can do that, because if you can eliminate all the factors that you can control when it comes to your sleep, then we'll leave the rest of the other stuff to us, and we can help along those lines. Now, sleep is probably the least understood area about the human body. There's so many other things that have been studied about the human body, but the least understood is definitely sleep. Now, I like to think of sleep like this. When you plug your phone in at night and your batteries go up, that's what sleep is like, is recharging the battery, and it's super important. That's when your body works on rebuilding itself, whether it's hormones, whether it's muscles, whether it's proteins. Sleep is super important for growth. Have you ever met someone that doesn't get good sleep? What are they like? Grumpy. We don't want you to be grumpy, and we want you to get good sleep. So I'm definitely about being happy. Before we continue, Dr. C, anything you'd like to add on sleep?
So right now, show of hands, and if you're watching at home, put your little faces under there so that we can see also, so we can encourage you to participate. So raise of hands in here. Does anyone have difficulty falling asleep? Raise of hands. I see a couple of people. Okay. Does anyone have difficulty staying asleep? Okay, we have more hands here of staying asleep. Does anyone know that they need to go to bed earlier? Anybody in here? Earlier bedtime? We got maybe a couple people here. Okay. So we're going to talk about different things to incorporate into your life right now, but especially tonight when you go home, when you're going to bed, you're going to be thinking about your favorite drugless doctors, and you're going to take a little inventory of your bedtime routine tonight. So this is your homework. Everyone, I want you to do at least one thing from our little sleep quiz, and let us know at your next appointment how it's going, because I can share with you. I had people from that workshop that we had last Friday. They came up to me and they said, you know what, Dr. Kaysen, I incorporated that one thing, and I've been sleeping so well this week, just with working on that one thing that you shared with me, which I wasn't even aware of. So that's my goal for you, is tonight see what's going on so we can change this sleep cycle.
Now, I know that this is none of you down here, this little caption. It says, I wish I could sleep, but my stupid ADHD kicks in, and well, basically one sheep, two sheep, cow, turtle, duck, old MacDonald had a farm, and hey, Macarena. Now, that's none of you when you're sleeping, right? The mind just goes on. Now, I'm going to talk to the ladies here for a second. So we got a couple of guys here. This is just for ladies. Typically, I find at nighttime when ladies put their head on the pillow, this is what happens. Lots of activities going on. We're trying to solve the world's problems at nighttime when you put your head on the pillow. I'm going to encourage you, you're not going to solve everything at nighttime when your head's on the pillow. This is most of the time what happens for guys. They put their head on the pillow, within 30 seconds, they're gone.
Now, I want to speak to the men in the room here for a second. Do you gentlemen feel that way? You're out? Yes. Out of all the men here, they're saying yes, this happens. So for us ladies that are working on things, are there some things that you can tell us to do to help us?
Yeah, well, for sure. One of the things that, if you're the type of person that has lots of stuff going on up here, get a notebook, put it right by your bed, write down a few things that's going on in your mind so that you can just put it out of your mind and take care of it the next day, because it does not help replaying that or thinking about what you could have said or done differently or thinking about the next day's issues. When you're in bed, you're meant to sleep and rest better. Now, one of the easiest things that you can start to do for sleep is to have a regular routine or a schedule before bed. Your body is in a series of patterns. What it remembers is, okay, I brushed my teeth, I read my book, and then I went to sleep. So if you can start to do the same thing consistently, your body goes, oh, I've done this before, I can shut down. So having the same type of pattern at nighttime, super, super, super important. I definitely encourage you to do that. Now, there's a couple things here that you could do too to help your brain relax. Listen to some soothing music, soaking in a hot bath. You could definitely do that. One of my personal things that I would encourage someone to do, read before bed, written print. Not electronic print, but written print. The reason why, and we'll talk about electronics in a little bit, is it alters your brain. But when you read written print and your eyes move back and forth, what ends up happening is it releases melatonin. Melatonin is your body's way of going to sleep. Now, let's just talk a little bit about sleep time. Every minute you're up after 10 o'clock, you're missing your maximum potential to get at that peak of melatonin that your body secretes on its own. So your goal is to definitely be in bed ready to sleep before 10, but I want to go back to the book. Now, if you need a good book to read that'll help put you to sleep, I encourage you to read the Old Testament. Just saying. If you have issues with sleeping, just open up 2 Chronicles and you'll be done by chapter 2. So I always encourage that because someone will tell me I started reading at nighttime and I am having a difficult night's sleep now. I said, well, what are you reading? And they said, well, the latest mystery novel. And I said, that's not what I told you to do. You want to read something that's going to be able to put you to sleep? From my experience, Old Testament's real good, especially Job. Job will do it to you as well. So I encourage you to put that by your bed and do that at nighttime. I think that will definitely help you. Now, Dr. Kaysen.
Also, I'm looking outside right now. It's beautiful. A natural melatonin helper is going for a walk or a bike ride after dinner. This helps tremendously with helping relax the brain and the nervous system. I know Dr. Anthony and myself, every night after dinner, the best night's sleep is the night that we go for a walk after dinner, we go for a bike ride and do some type of activity together. But that also is something to help creating a bedtime routine of getting outside, getting fresh air, talking and thinking about other things, taking that time to unwind. As well as number 3, this might be your one thing that you're looking at tonight. When you go in your room tonight and you shut all the lights off, look to see, is there any light coming in? Is there a light on your TV? Do you have your phone by your bed? Do you have an alarm clock? Do you have light even coming through the blinds at all? Because that also will trick your brain to keep you awake at night. So Dr. Anthony and I, we do this little exercise everywhere we go. Shut the lights off, see if there's any kind of light coming in. I know at our home we have blinds underneath the blinds to darken the room, but also even black tape comes in handy as well. And I'm sure some of you have duct tape at home, black tape, electrical tape, whatever you have. Cover up those little lights to help to make it dark, as well as you want to make sure that your room is cooler. A lot of times it could be too warm in your room. You're having a difficult time getting comfortable. Try that, as well as a little tip, cooling the room off.
Now, as chiropractors, especially working with the spine and the nervous system, the next one is super important. You want to make sure that you have a good mattress. Now, a lot of times people ask me, what's the best mattress? You want to have a firm mattress. One of the reasons why you don't want a soft, cushy one, because if you have a soft, cushy one, your body's doing one of these things all night long, and you're like sleep fighting. So I really would encourage you to have something maybe a little bit more firm. Also, a good pillow. I have 2 recommendations for pillows. The one that I use and the one that Dr. Kaysen uses. I like to use the Tempur-Pedic Cervical Curve Pillow. It helps with the curve in your neck. Dr. Kaysen likes to use a pillow, it's called Tempur-Pedic. The Tempur-Pedic pillow has an area that if you lay and you're a side sleeper, it doesn't have your head getting pushed one way or the other. It's measured from the base of your neck to your shoulder, so that when you lay on your side, it's supporting your neck properly. And there's also an area for you to lay on your back. When someone comes in and they tell me that their discomfort in their body in the morning when they first wake up, it's usually an issue with their mattress or their pillow.
Or their spine's out of
When their spine could be out of position, which exacerbated by poor mattress, poor pillow. Now, this is a tip of advice. If you're looking for a new mattress, don't get a Sleep Number One. Don't get a Tempur-Pedic. You don't need to spend $5,000 on a mattress. There's a couple of really good companies that I might encourage you to check out.
Does everyone have a pen? This is not on your sheet here.
Yeah.
So I really like one, simple, easy. There's one that's called Tuft, T-U-F-T, and Needle. You can look it up online. It's very good. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more organic, Avocado Organic Mattress. So the Avocado Organic Mattress, I know that you can get like a king size one for about $1,500. Tuft and Needle starts at $400 or $500 and goes up to $800 or $900. But I would encourage you to check those websites out. If that's what you're looking for is a new mattress, I would start there because a lot of times I find people that invest $4,000 or $5,000 and they should have been doing some of these other things, whether it's chiropractic care or any of the other lists, because then they're like, now this is the fourth mattress that I've gone through in the last 5 years. When someone's like that, it's like, it's not your mattress. It's something else. So you really want to still, though, have a good mattress. Definitely firm. Now, Dr. Kaysen, talk to everybody a little bit about electronics, computers, Word. Why is that important?
Techno neck. Has everyone seen this? Some of you, does anyone have their phone available? I know someone has their phone here.
Like this?
Like right here. So when you are, whether you're looking at your phone, you're checking an email, you're texting, you're reading, you're working, we're always in this forward position. So we want to work on, number one, as chiropractors, we assess spinal function to help to improve motion in those aspects. But when you leave here, guess what? You go back into these postures. So you want to make sure that you're in a more ergonomic position if you're able to. If you're reading, I encourage you, have everything in front of you so you're in a relaxed position. Even on your phones here, look at your phone like this rather than like this, which is going to help with that neck curve. So many people today, most of our members in our office, they're sitting throughout the day, whether they're working on a computer. Even if you're standing and you have a working desk, you still have a tendency to be in this forward position when you're typing or working. A headset would be a great option for some of you, even on your phone. A headset or going wireless, that's going to help you as well, so that you're not doing this or this, which impacts your neck, and those nerves go down your arms into your hands. So some of you right now could have numbness and tingling in your arms and your hands when you're working or even throughout the day because of what's going on in your neck. So one thing, which this is not on your little outline, all of you can be doing, everybody sit up straight, uncross your legs. If you're at home, you can do this too. These are called head slides. You can do this when you're sitting or in the car up against your headrest. Is everybody ready? Straight back. I know it might be a little unfamiliar, but you can do 5 sets of 10. Does everybody feel that? In the back of your neck? That's going to help to strengthen those muscles and ligaments in the back of the neck. Also doing resistance bands to help to open up the chest. That will help you as well. Think of your posture where you're at most of the day. If you're like this, what do you want to do? You want to work on opening everything up. So work on stretches and strengthening the upper back, as well as with your adjustments, which is going to help you with taking pressure off your brain, which can also help you sleep.
Now, let's talk a little bit about electronics. Now, this could be you, and I bet it could be, is you want to keep the electronics away from the bed. Because what will end up happening, and I heard this from someone this morning that was at my workshop, she said, I did that thing with the phone, and I didn't realize how many times I was getting phone calls late at night, or I was checking sports scores, or I was doing this, that, or the other on my phone, or I was waiting for my boyfriend to text me. You want to make sure to put your phone somewhere not by the bed so that it's not going to wake you up at night. If it's an emergency, the emergency will still be there in the morning. You'll be okay, but I would highly encourage you to not have electronics by your bed. Also, let's talk about tablets and TVs. Again, electronic stimulation at nighttime tricks your brain to think that it's day. Now, one of my favorite things is going on a time travel trip. Imagine going back 130 years ago. What was going on at 9 o'clock at night? Nothing. So now we have electronic stimulation so people can stay up all night, and it simulates daytime, so our brain's thinking that there's activity when it's not supposed to be taking place. So if you're always stimulated by electronics, your body's never going to get to its full rest state. So not saying that you can't watch TV. I would encourage you to discontinue TV usage by about 10 o'clock. Don't tell the calves that I said that, but I would encourage you to definitely do that. Now, it's not on here, but a really important tip, water consumption. Super important, especially this time of the year, to increase your water. One of the reasons why is the humidity. Your body loses water through your skin all day long, and you want to be rehydrating. But you don't want to start really drinking and pounding water after dinner. Do you know why? Because you'll be peeing at nighttime, and then you'll be saying, I've been getting up at night to go to the bathroom because I'm trying to drink more water. And I said, well, make sure to try to do it before dinner so that you don't have to pee all night long. So it's definitely important. Now, avoid eating 2 hours before bed.
2 hours.
Because one of the reasons why is that blood sugar strain can affect you at nighttime. Also, definitely avoid things like alcohol, caffeine, sugary things, because it's going to affect your sleep as well at nighttime. You know, someone always will say, well, I have to have a glass of wine before I go to bed because it helps relax me. It's going to throw off your sleep. Another quick tip when it comes to food, don't skip meals. When you skip a meal, it's just like having a really bad meal. It throws off your cortisol. Cortisol antagonizes melatonin and it affects your sleep. So if you have someone that's constantly skipping breakfast or lunch, they're robbing themselves of having a good night's sleep. So you want to make sure to do something versus nothing. Dr. C, what about sleeping with somebody? What's some tips for sleeping with somebody else?
Number 7 here. So you want to make sure that you have a large enough mattress that you have optimal room. What does that mean? That means you should be able to lay comfortably whether you're on your back or your side, and that you're not, hitting each other. So whether you have dogs, kids, if you're having a party on the bed here, you just want to make sure that you have plenty of room, because that can impact your ability to sleep as well as with your posture. But we have, a lot of families in our office, they have multiple kids and they're doing co-sleeping, and they have dogs, and you're wondering why they're not having a restful, peaceful night's sleep. So some of these obvious things that you think are obvious, assess your bedroom tonight. What is your bedtime routine? Are you reading before you go to bed? Are you winding down, or are you actually going into bed, which I have this happen often. People say, well, Dr. Kaysen or Dr. Anthony or Dr. Bob, I go to bed at 9. Well, what they really mean is they go to bed at 9, but they're watching their favorite shows, they're checking their email, they're looking on Twitter, Instagram, they're getting caught up, and then by the time you know it, they look at their clock and it's 11:30, and they're thinking, oh my goodness, I have to wake up in 5 hours or 4 hours, and then you're waking up exhausted in the morning. So if you are going to be doing those things, work on going to bed even earlier, or not even doing it in the bedroom, but doing it prior to going to bed, so that way you have your bedtime routine. I think we should go back to when we were kids, right? Parents, they're helping their kids, they're doing their homework after school, they're going outside playing, and then they're giving them baths and brushing their teeth and reading bedtime stories before bed, right? What does everybody think? I think we should get back to that.
Well, it's interesting. I was reading a research article, and I was talking about people that are having difficulty with sleeping usually don't live as long as those that do sleep. So these are really easy things that you can do, and some of you might be like, he is talking to me. So if you feel like I'm talking to you, you probably need to make a change and start to incorporate that. Now, There's a variety of other things that can cause sleep challenges. Some is a B vitamin deficiency, some is a low thyroid, some's blood sugar handling issues, some stress, some's parasites. We didn't even get into any of that today. What I want you to do is to focus on these things, the things that you can start to control better on your own. By doing this, your sleep should be improved. You know, it's so funny because my dad used to say, "You'll be glad you did," but this is a "you'll be glad you did" moment when it comes to sleep. So a couple of announcements. Dr. Kaysen already said it, but the Half Hour to Health in June is one that you're not going to want to miss. It's always one of our biggest workshops of the year. It's going to be simple summer recipes. One of the reasons why it's so good is I know that all of you have friends and family that you have get-togethers with throughout the summer, and you want to know what to bring. We're going to do it for you. You just got to do what we tell you to do when it comes to food. For those that are interested, we still have breast thermography on Friday and next Tuesday.
Yes.
If you would like to make an appointment, see Erica. She'd definitely be happy to do that. A couple of specials that we have going on in the month of May. It's multivitamin. So a lot of times someone will say, you know, Dr. Anthony, what's a simple multiple vitamin that I can do to get a whole lot of everything? There's two that I like. One is Bio Multi Plus, which comes in a tablet form, and the other one's Bio Anabolic Pack, which comes in a packet form. So they're both great multiple vitamins, something that I definitely suggest someone to be on. I would encourage you to check those out. Those will be 10% off all month. Now another really good one is coconut oil. If you're not using coconut oil, you should. One of the conversations I have with people with their blood work on a regular basis is they're not eating enough good fat. Coconut oil is a good fat. I would definitely encourage 1 to 2 tablespoons of consumption every single day. One more, I got a couple of office announcements. Make sure to take note of Memorial Day week hours. Monday, Memorial Day week, we won't be here. We'll be here all day Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday that week. If you note this sign right here, starting the week after Memorial Day, we're adding Tuesday afternoon hours here in Westlake. So we'll be here in the afternoons, Monday through Thursday, and we'll be in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Anything else you'd like to add there, Dr. C?
We do have a ladies event coming up. So another flyer here that you'll see. Next Thursday, May 10th, I'm partnering with Cryoactive Fitness in Rocky River, right on Detroit Road, as well as Orange Theory. This is for ladies only, and we're going to talk about easy things